The original beats, I think one of the things that separated them from other writers was when the original beats came in, like in the 40s and into the 50s, 40s to 60s. Unfortunately, there was sort of this romanticism with self-destruction, and that was an issue. Now, beat poets today, there really is a veering against that, which is good. And like the National Beat Poetry Foundation, which is in Connecticut, they're really they've got an emphasis against that and promoting literacy and gender rights and really focusing on women as well. And so that's really a little bit different in some ways than what was going on back at that time. But also there were people that wanted to really adhere to some of the traditional forms, and they were having a hard time with change with the original beats. But at the same time, one of the wonderful things with the original beats and what folks in the new beat generation are still trying to keep today is that they want everybody to be accepted, and they want everyone to have his and her and their own voice. And that's one thing that remains true, whether you see yourself as an original beat or a new beat. I hope that answers your
Yes,
question.
it does. Why the need to stick with the old identity then instead of be like, we're not even beats anymore. We're just new name.
Why the new name?
Why isn't there a new name? Why do we still say, oh, Beat Poet 2025 versus Beat?
Well, we want to preserve the history of the original beats because there's some wonderful work there. And there's certainly some wonderful female poets from the original beat generation too, and we don't want to forget them. Elise Cowan, for instance, is one of the lesser known beats from the original beat generation. She committed suicide when she was only 27 years old, and her family wanted to just completely pretend she wasn't even there. They wanted to burn everything. If it weren't for a couple of her friends who kept some of her work, we wouldn't even know about her at all. So we want to preserve what we do know about, and Allen Ginsberg and how it's part of the canon. So we still want to preserve some of this rich work, but we don't want to romanticize some of the destructive stuff.